headed to the desolate planet of Ziost that the Emperor destroyed. This is a really quick run. It's now 12:29, and as always, I go broke with no money. See how much we can make on this run. I don't think we make a lot on this run. I don't typically do the operation because it takes a group, and I just want to run through these real quick. So I do From the Ashes. Come over and click this droid. If you've never done this before, I'm just kind of talking my way through it. Go over here, click on these binoculars. As always, this run may take longer or shorter for you, depending on if these little loot contacts are already been done by somebody. Looks like maybe there's not a lot of people out here today. You gotta get 5 of these scanned ashen remains. Choose you one up here. This is the obviously I'm doing it the route that I usually do. I found it's pretty quick. That's why I do it this way. Nothing on that guy. Hopefully the video's not that choppy this time. I set it down a little bit. I had it on Ultra before, and my last video, my Z198 video, it was noticeably choppy. Another empty one. These are all random, as far as I know. So then we just go down here, go around this way. There's usually a monolith that's wandering this area. He is soloable. There he is right there. So that's the let's click on him and see. He is the Devastator monolith, level 60 boss mob. He's not, I'm not going to say he's a hard fight or an easy fight. He is a, say, a time-consuming fight. Time that I don't want to spend for a quest that I didn't get, and you have to kill both monoliths to complete the quest. He's one of them. The other is a operation, and you gotta obviously take a group. And we're gonna take these, we're gonna click on these little, when it beeps like that, you gotta fight. So this is a little bit more elite. I brought Vet along on this run because she's a level 50 companion. And I've never had more than one of the elite bosses on when these droids pop up. And they push out and they put up a little thing and then they blow up. You still get credit. And let's heal myself up. Now, one of the quests you get, you're supposed to use the binoculars, or the macro binoculars, I believe they're calling them. And one of the items that you need is up inside this building. These can be tricky depending on what kind of mouse you have. Sometimes they can get jittery if your mouse is too sensitive. I've had it where I just am struggling to get it. Now there's another one off in the distance. I can see it flashing, but I've got it. It's got to be able to get that little yellow reticle, and you can get the zoom in. And that should be the only one that's over here. So I'm going to mount up. We're going to head up this way, which is kind of northwest. There's always a corpse here. See what he gives us. And we're done. So down here, there's another quest. Accept that. And then that quest basically tells you to click on this swoop bike. And you immediately mount it and it starts. You've got to, this isn't like the swoop races where you just go. You actually have to hit the forward button. If you stop, and this is timed. And you don't have to stay on the arrows, but it launches those little things there. And that's what you're looking for is, I mean, you can take shortcuts. If you follow it, you will jump at certain points, and if you don't follow the route, you will miss the jump. I've never always just done it this way. You always take damage right there. I've never not done this in the allotted time. So that was the second to the last one. Then you just go up to the very end up here. Now there are people out here. Looks like quite a bit. You'll dismount, and while you're dismounting, it's counting down. You can go ahead and queue up your binoculars. And you'll get this one. And that's the only one over here. So then you mount back up. We've already got all of our ashen corpses, so we don't need any more. There's a bunch over here, though. And now we're looking for the little things in the ground. They're all around. And for some reason, they can be tricky to get your fingers on. Crashed orbital recon probes is what these are called. When you hear that beep, 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 means you're going to fight. So these are just regular elites. The other one was a more of a boss elite. I don't know what they call it. I don't know all the terminologies. I know that if you look at their little icon, it's got the yellow, so he pushed out. Gonna self-destruct. You stay there, you take damage. And you only need 4 of these. But depending on how many people are over here, sometimes there's a mad rush for them. One down here. That noise there means that you don't have to fight. Now, there's another one down here, usually, if it hasn't been looted. This is another quest we're going to do. I'm going to run up here, get this last one, and fight time. Now they're just regular elite. Like I said, I've never gotten more than one of the boss elites on one of these runs. But if everything's random over here, which I suspect it all is, I guess you could get the boss type ones. I'm gonna loot him, and we're done with that quest. Now this is pretty much the last thing you got to do as far as questing. Go in this area, which is the thing that you clicked on the ground just before. Now this is how I do this. This is the quick way to do it. First thing you do is you grab one of these droid power cells. Got one. Okay. You go back over here. There's a droid right here. You click on him. You're going to use that power cell that you just looted. And then there's one right here. You loot this one to your left. You've got another one on his hand. He does a bunch of talking. You come over here and just basically stand by this pillar, which is what he's going to come up. He just appears. You click on the pillar. He's now scanning it for you. One down. Mount up. The next one is the bridge, which is right here. Click it. He's scanning it for you. Mount up. He will follow you even though he doesn't look like he's following you. He's following you. You don't have to wait for him. You can run right to the next one. The next one is up and around this corner. See, you just got up. Here's the next one. Still getting used to this big monitor. 3 of 5. Next is up this hill. Same thing. He does not. He follows you. You don't see him actually right behind you, but he's coming. Next one is this little rubble pile. He's scanning and you can't even see him. He's like right over here. 4 of 5. There's only one fight inside this area. This is the last one. 5 of 5. Mount up, jump here, and hopefully you don't fall and die. Always take damage there. Okay, this is the fight. This droid right here. You want to kick his butt, kill him quickly. All the while that droid is running out of power, running low on power. Ultimately what I try to do is I try to get this done before the droid runs out of power. So here's your last thing you got to click. The droid's got to scan this. And he's out of power. So that's why you grab that other one. You got to click him. Loot this guy here. Click the droid. Use the power cell. He's all powered back up. If you're quick, you can usually do that on one battery. And that's it. Once you hear that noise, you're done. It's doing some gibber. He starts to follow you. You don't have to wait for him. You just head out. The quest will finish while you're running out. Because he dies. It's sad. And then you can hit the complete quest or whatever you want to do. I always wait to the very end because you still have a couple things to do. Okay, we still have a binocular, so we're gonna close that. There are 2 more binocular contacts. I always come up right here. Binoculars. One is this tree. Right click and your scope doesn't go away. This is the last one right here. And that's that. Exit out. Go ahead and do the communication thing, which is recon probe. Click that. That will complete that quest. And now you can just click on all your windows. Mount up. And you go over this start point. If you try to use the quick travel, it ends up putting you on the space station, so you don't want to quick travel. So you kind of have to run it back to here, which is the start point. You go inside this building. This is applies to both Rebel and or Republic and Imperial. I usually space bar through this, but I won't. I usually click upload for profit because I'm greedy. It's all about the ducats. And then wait till the screen reloads. You get one last of the Ziost memory holograms, which I have a ton of. You get another one. Done. So another 15-minute run. I'm gonna head back to the house and we'll see how much we made. Sell any junk that we got. Tally up our credits. Taking a few seconds to reload there. So we don't have a lot of junk. We have no junk. But this is a trash item. I saved these. I'm not going to count the lockbox because that was because I hit a milestone as far as the dailies and so on. So there's another 25K right there. So I got 145,331 in 15 minutes. Not a bad run. That's why I did it. And that is that.